So the Philadelphia Eagles host the Washington Redskins. It's Sunday at the Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia at 1 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. Now, you all know me, and I've always, at least this season, have remained positive and very optimistic going into a week of football for the Eagles. I've never said that they're going to lose this game, even though maybe I've said I expect them to lose this game, maybe against Minnesota, Atlanta, Pittsburgh, whoever. Excuse me. I've never once said that I think the Eagles will lose. I've picked against them, but then I always go, I want them to win. I want them to prove me wrong. I know that they'll find a way to do that. And a majority of the time they did. I picked Pittsburgh. I believe I picked Atlanta to beat us. I don't remember. I really don't remember. But I remember I picked some team to beat the Eagles, and they didn't. And going back into September, the 3-0 start, I wasn't that Eagles fan that was predicting Super Bowl or playoffs. I was very skeptical about the entire thing because it's a new quarterback, new coach, new staff, new everything. Just didn't feel like it was right to say that they're that good yet, because in reality they weren't, and they aren't. But going into this game, it's not much of will the wide receivers perform, will the running backs be consistent, or will the defense not suck? To me, and hopefully to a lot of Eagles fans, it should be about heart and having that need and want to play the sport, to play the game, to rep your team, and get out there and win. Because ever since the second quarter of the Seattle Seahawks game back on November 20th, this team has played a completely different game. Or at least they're playing like a completely different team. You look back then, Carson Wentz wasn't doing too well, yes, but you saw how close we were in games. You saw us just upset the Atlanta Falcons of all teams, and we're all thinking, okay, this could be a run. Maybe we can at least make the playoffs or something. We're winning in the first quarter against Seattle, and we still have our hopes high. And they go down so fast and so quick. It was embarrassing, and that's the one word that I've repeatedly said in the past 3 review videos of these past 3 losses. It's just embarrassing, super embarrassing. You expected us, at least I expected us, to have some kind of confidence, some kind of motivation after beating Atlanta, one of the best offenses in the league, a team that's going to make the playoffs, but we don't. We do the complete, or what we do, and you think we would take the motivation into that game. Sorry, I'm repeating myself, I just lost my train of thought, but you think that we'd have at least some kind of motivation to beat Seattle? We didn't. And it showed in the second, third, and especially third quarter and fourth quarter of that game. We just did not show the want to win that game. And then you think, okay, the Packers, they've been struggling. They just got blown out like 44-27 against the Washington Redskins, a team that, hey, we lost 7 points to them. Pittsburgh is beating them. We blew out Pittsburgh. It kind of looks like we could win this game easily, right? And Aaron Rodgers, Jordy Nelson, Mike McCarthy, they just pick apart our defense. And our offense underestimated the defense that the Green Bay Packers had coming to Philly. And we got embarrassed. We got shut out, basically. But last week, I'm going to be straight out honest with you guys. I was outside putting decorations up, putting the lights up for Christmas. I wanted to sit down and watch the game. I had my phone out. My father and I were out there. We were just doing what we needed to do. And I just had it playing on the radio. And in 7 minutes of the quarter, So about roughly like 30 minutes into the game, I turned off the radio. We were losing 10-0 in the first quarter, and the stats showed something that I couldn't believe. Carson Wentz was like 1 of 6 for like 2 yards. Wendell Smallwood, 1 carry, -2 yards. Dorial Green-Beckham had 1 reception for like 5 yards. I was like, what is happening? What in the world? This is not good. And I come in, I sit down, my parents are decorating the Christmas tree and everything as the game is going on. I'm sitting, watching it, just rehydrating and everything. And I see the Cincinnati Bengals just pound the ball. Andy Dalton picking apart our defense. Carson Wentz struggling with everything. It was insane. And we were losing 29-0 going to the third quarter, and I was like, oh. It was right there, and especially with plays from Zach Ertz not making a block for our quarterback, Rodney McLeod not fighting to stop a touchdown in the third quarter. The amount of times our defense just had a meltdown, I couldn't stand it. And I kept my cool when I made my video to a certain degree, but this game is a game that the Eagles can either win because they want to or get blown out because they don't care. And this is what I want to see from this team. I don't really care if we win or lose. I would sure as hell love to see a win because I want those Redskins out of the playoffs for good. And right now they're half a game behind the Tampa Bay Buccaneers for that second wildcard spot, seed 6. But to me, I see a blowout if this team does not show any heart. And you know that Philly fans don't want to see this team up here get blown out in their home stadium one more time. It's been a year since we got blown out by Tampa Bay. We haven't been blown out by anyone at home since, or blown out in general, unless if you count the Cincinnati game as a blowout. I kind of do, but I don't know. I think we have what it takes to win, and to a certain degree. But like I said, we have tools. Well, okay, what am I saying? You just need to show heart. I can't say anything else. Paul Turner is proving that he deserves to be out there, and if you get the ball to him more, it could happen. But my main issue is defense. Does this defense really want to play in Philadelphia? And I don't think they do. At least a majority of them. And this is where I'm going to end my video by saying, if the Eagles don't show any heart, they'll get blown out. But if they do, they'll either win by a point or lose by a touchdown or less. But we all know one thing. The locker room, the organization, or the team itself, there's a divide somewhere in there between players and players, or players and Doug Peterson. We can all see it. And this is a reason why I cannot stand to watch this team right now, but I will watch them no matter what, because this is my team and I will rep them until the end of my days. So, we'll see if they show any heart. Let's hope for a win, guys. Sacred Eagle out. Have a great weekend. Peace.